Well, hello and welcome, everybody. Welcome back, Gigi. I'm so happy to have you back.
Thank you, Aley. I'm happy to be here. I really
Okay.
look forward to this.
Yeah, it's wonderful. So Lorraine left us a really long message, and I'm going to go out. We'll go over that in a few minutes. But hi to Denise and Lottie. And I know the announcements just went out, so we'll probably be seeing more people coming in.
Okay.
But so it's hot in Oklahoma,
It is.
right?
It has been such a rainy spring.
Oh, really?
So it is very humid
Sure.
is the
Mhm.
and that just drains me because I
Oh,
have
yeah.
heart issues. So
Mm.
when it gets hot outside, my body's like, I am zapped.
Yeah, yep, you are, Zach. I agree. We've fortunately for us, we've had a beautiful weather here. It doesn't always happen that way. Sometimes
Right.
it get really, really hot,
Yeah.
but just sun, light sunny. You just it's around. To me, it's perfect. It's 70 or 75 degrees. It's no big deal. Yeah.
Considering we've had so much rain, we haven't been as like hot, I guess, like, because sometimes we're already in the hundreds, by
Oh,
this time, but it's been like 80s, but feeling like 90s. So that humidity is and that's almost worse than it just being regular hot to
yeah.
me, anyway.
No, it
It's
is. It's
definitely
draining.
different.
Yep, it's very draining.
Yeah.
All right. So let's see. We got a few other people that just posted here. We have David here. Hi, Carl. Um, I she does card readings. Do you channel as well? Do you
I
bring
can
in any?
channel.
You can?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yes, Lorraine, we do have your questions, and both of us sort of answered it, but we'll talk more about it. I promise. You can't hear. You can't handle hear. I don't know what that means, Lorraine. Can you not hear Gigi? Because she just changed to this, and she's got a fan. She's in a room that's really hot.
If I
So,
need to turn it down, let me know if
yeah.
people
Yeah,
can't
let
hear
us
me.
know if you can't hear her. But hi, Edward. It's lovely to see you. And Jennifer GR, artist Liz. Hi, Annie Hamlet. It's going to be 112 in Tucson.
Oh,
Oh
Lord
my
have
God.
mercy.
Oh, wow. That's too
No,
much.
thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my. And Hershey's here. Hershey, the shadow reader. We have what a lovely day. A couple of cards from you, Edward. All right. Let's see. Heat. You can't handle the heat. Oh,
Oh,
wow.
me
No,
either.
no.
No,
Okay.
no.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
get angry too, like when I'm hot, like I don't know
Okay.
why, but it makes me angry.
Well, it is. It's like, can it cool down? Everybody can hear you, so you're fine.
Okay.
All right. Thank
Yay.
you. Hi, CJ. And yeah, I think I got Miss Sherlock. Oops, more people coming in. That's wonderful. Let's see. Miss Sherlock is here, and okay, Liz, you'd like a reading, and we get a lot of people eager today for readings. That's
Woohoo.
wonderful. All right, so yeah, Gigi
Happy
was.
day.
I don't know if you. I think a lot of people remember you because you were here. It was a couple months ago,
Yeah, I think in
but
April.
it
Yeah.
was April.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I think.
So yeah. So we're glad to have her back. She is simulcasting on her channel this time at
Yes.
Spirit Readings Gigi.
Thank
So
you
if
for
you haven't,
teaching me how.
you're welcome. Gigi does a lot of postings, not lives necessarily, but she, does her
I
cards and
haven't,
stuff.
but maybe I'll start doing now
Yeah,
that
you
I
might.
know, you know.
Yeah, yeah. People are pretty anxious and they enjoy it, really,
Yeah,
Gigi.
they
So
do.
it's just one of those things that you have to do this and look at the chat and this and look at,
Yeah.
but you get used to it after a while. You
Ooh,
do.
shiny.
Yeah. Hi, Sue Toffee. Nice to see you, dear. All right, so we'll go ahead and start. We're going to start with Lorraine because Lorraine says, "Are my Cherokee relatives reaching out to me? I had strange things for 2 days. I'm hearing sounds. I keep checking cameras to see if the tractor is out there. And then I wonder if it's my heartbeat. So now I think drums, and I've had a lot of stuff in my feed, in my algorithm. I've been moved to tears. Is it my family or my imagination or a coincidence? There are no coincidences, dear.
I was
Yeah.
thinking that exact same. And I'm
Yeah.
also hearing drums and flute. So if the flute
Okay.
music is calling to you, you know,
Yeah.
it's for a reason, you know.
Sure it
And
is. Yeah. Yeah. You have not researched your background, so what she's saying is it's in her feed, and she hasn't done anything to put it in
right,
her feed. So, oh my God, they found you, is what
reaching
they did,
out.
Lorraine.
Yeah. I mean, when
Yeah.
spirit wants to connect with you,
Yeah.
it will find a way.
It
You
will.
know,
It
that's
absolutely
just
will. Yeah. Oh,
so what I'm feeling is I think I commented, you know, I
yes,
have
you did.
done past life meditations when like for a week straight, Egypt just kept calling to me like things Egyptian and same thing, like stuff showing up in my feed. And I'm like, okay. And I found a past life a guided meditation and I
Uh-huh.
did it and it took me clear back to Egypt, like past life experience, you know, but
Sure.
that
Yeah.
was calling to me, you know. So it could be a
Yeah.
relative, you know, you were a relative in a past life that, you know,
Yep.
and that's
Very
why
true.
your blood even is calling to you, you know, if you're feeling
Yeah.
it, that deep connection, you know,
That's true.
is what it's a part of who you are. And, you
Yep.
know, it's wanting to reveal itself, you know, in this time. It's divine timing. It's for a reason. So you're not going crazy. Not that people may think you
No,
are.
I think it's a message for you. And so I pulled a few cards for you, Sacred Earth Oracle, which is sort
Ooh,
of it's an oracle that's, Native American stuff
ooh,
in
I
it.
love that.
I know, it's beautiful. So look what I get first is magnetism. So Lorraine, they've been watching you, and they're pulling you in. And I love that this card came out first. It was, you didn't have to say anything. You only had to be and listen, and you did. So that's fabulous. The second card I get is brilliance. They recognize your brilliance. You're a shining light to your ancestors. And so they surround you with light. And finally, I get fragments. They don't want to overwhelm you too fast. They don't want to come right in and say, boom. So they're working in, sort of in tandem with the slowness. And so they didn't want to blast in. They wanted to sort of work themselves in to you. I think it's fabulous. Oh my God. Maybe they're also saying, look into some of those relatives if you have the information. Yeah. Yeah.
Sometimes it can be hard. I've done my ancestry DNA, and I have an uncle who did. And for me, nothing shows up native, but for him, it shows up as 1%. So,
Uh-huh.
I mean, the percentage for me may just be too small, you know, for it
Yeah.
to show up. So,
Uh-huh.
but definitely we have found documentation of it. We're just not on any kind of roll or anything yet, but you don't have to be. If it's in your
Yeah.
blood, it's in your
Yeah.
blood,
Yeah.
you
That's right.
know.
That's
And
right. Mhm.
okay, so I have 3 of Summer, the hummingbird. I chose
Oh,
Amber Tarot here, and I love hummingbirds. You have an exciting reason to celebrate, such as an engagement, wedding, graduation, or birth announcement. Remember to cherish those you love. So, you know, it could be celebrating that past life coming to you now, even if none of that other stuff fits, you know. um,
yeah.
life is worth celebrating, you know, and discovering who you have been and who you are, you know. I also have King of Winter, the humpback whale, coming out
Ooh.
here.
Yeah.
It says intelligent, impartial, respected, unemotional. So, you know, the 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 if I can get it out right, the spirit that is to
It's all
connect
right.
with you is going about it in a very intelligent way. You
Yep.
know, they're things are lining up, and in a way, and it can feel overwhelming, but I don't feel like they're trying to overwhelm you. They are just really trying to get the message across. It says, at this time, it's very important that you communicate clearly, be objective and unemotional, and act as professionally as possible. If you need advice, seek out the most experienced expert you can find. You know, your higher self is a very experienced expert. You know, I believe we're all divine beings having a human experience. So, you know, so once we remember that and we tap into that divine, you know, and, you know, your own gifts are, you know, sometimes we just barely even skim the surface. I still have deeper levels to go with my, with my own, you know.
Yeah. So Lorraine said she's the only one that acknowledges her gifts, because, and I know that a lot of people don't acknowledge others' gifts. I get it. But your great grandmother was a full-blood Cherokee. Wow. And the hummingbird connects with her. See, when the hummingbird comes out to me, I always see hummingbirds when someone passes.
Yeah.
And I even saw one in December. So,
oh, wow.
You know, yeah. So
that's a weird time to.
My brother died. I went into the garage and there was a hummingbird floating there. And
that was special.
It was special.
Yeah. And on my grandma's side, she had a cousin who was married to a Native American man, and his last name was Hummingbird. So that can be a Native American last name. So you know, of course, I'm in Oklahoma, so lots of natives. Like the town I live in is totally native.
Wow.
So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, Lorraine, I'm excited about this for you. And I'm thinking Gigi had the same card I did, where it kind of will come in fragments until you're totally ready. But I think you are ready, or they wouldn't have even tried to contact you. I'm so glad that you found some places that you can also find out information. So
yes.
That's awesome.
They're trying to encourage you, you know, not discourage you. So, like she said, it'll keep coming in little by little, because they're trying to make you comfortable, you know, ease you in instead of just throwing you in the deep end. So,
well, I'm glad you are ready and there for it. And I can't wait to hear about more things that come to you.
Me too.
Yeah. Take care, honey. Wow, that was a great start. All right. So this is Carl. Carl lives in the Philippines, but he is American.
Okay.
He has some guides that work with him.
Okay.
And whatever you get is perfectly fine.
You know, because I don't force anything. If it wants to come through, you know, I allow it. So, but your guides feel very open, very happy. Like I about just started laughing, like so much happiness and joy just like bubbled up within me. So, go after what you want this week, you know, is something that I'm hearing here. You know, you deserve to have a beautiful, wonderful, amazing life. However, you know, that looks for you personally, and it's not meant to look like anybody else's. So don't compare it, you know. This is your life and you're the only one that can live it. You know, before we got on, Spirit gave me the Chariot card from this deck. So, you know, the Chariot takes hold of the reins, doesn't let anyone else steer the direction of their life. And it's Cancer energy. So Cancer, we're almost into Cancer season, by the way.
We are.
So,
you're right.
I think next week is the new moon in Cancer as well. So we're about to transition. So you could be on a cusp of some kind of transition here. And in this deck, it's the Arabian horse. So, you know, they're ready to go full steam ahead, you know, and the Chariot also is leaving the city behind, you know, in search of better. So you're never too old or too anything, whatever you may tell yourself. Oh, Cancer rising. Okay, that makes sense. So Spirit just brought that back. I don't have the card out right now, but
yeah. No, it's fine.
Me, hey, you drew that card. I can't remember everything it said off the top of my head either, but be excited about your life. It don't matter how old you are. You can decide, tomorrow, hey, I think you already have. You're from here, but you live in the Philippines. So, you already know what that's like. So, big transformation, big changes on the way I'm seeing the butterfly here. And, butterflies, they start out as the caterpillar, but they're willing to go into the cocoon. They do everything, to prepare for that. And people don't talk about what a painful transformation that is, but the caterpillar realizes that it was the beautiful butterfly the whole time. Spread your wings and fly, And there was a butterfly in that card too. I remember seeing that, a yellow butterfly to be exact.
There you go, Carl.
Colors, like I said, when I first connected, I felt all that joy, all that happiness. So to me, that's yellow.
Awesome.
What is that? Your solar plexus chakra, all that.
Where your power is.
Yeah, where your power is. So step into your power and your truth. Be your true, authentic self.
Yeah, that's great. I love it. I've got a message for you, Carl, from Spirit, saying that they want you to ride a galactic white horse and find out more about your ancestors. And it's interesting because we started out with Lorraine, knowing that was, and now this card comes up for Carl. And what you can do, Carl, is just say, I would like not only my guides and my angels to come in. How about my ancestors? I'd love to know what they know. Bring that power to me if possible. So they're saying you can take it. You can ride that beautiful white horse and connect with your ancestors. The second one is to choose love, and it's the Christ consciousness. And so, I think you already know that, and I think you live that, Carl. So, but it's a reminder. It's a reminder. Yeah. So there you go.
And two, you got horse. There was 2 Arabian horses in that card. So, in the tea leaf, the horse is a short journey. So, you could be going on some kind of spiritual, like she said, connecting with your ancestors, because there's power in your blood. That's why even Jesus said there's power in the blood, so that gave me
I know,
a little bit.
we underestimate the ability to contact them. And I've never met my grandparents. They were dead before I was born, but I have sort of asked for them to come through and just guide me in whatever, because they're my blood, like you said.
Exactly. And like for me, because I was so in tune with my grandma, and her mother died 3 years before I was born. And I could always tell her things that only her mother knew, like places she grew up. I remember that, Gigi. And I would freak her out, but she said it also did bring her comfort, in a way too. But, a 2-year-old, I used to rock you when you were a baby, like, excuse me.
And there's so much more of that coming out right now that is, being accepted. I love that.
So I believe my most recent past life was my great grandma, so because those memories are the strongest for me. And I'm so grateful that I wasn't discouraged from my gifts, because that can do damage.
Wow. All right. So I want to say hi to everybody. I'm trying to put it in the chat, but I also want to say, Hypnicity, I hope that Keith is doing okay today. And I also, if you can send some love to Keith, her husband, and also everybody, please send love to Sonia's granddaughter, Lily, who is about a month old, who was in the hospital, but I think is being released. So anyway,
she's got a strong will.
Yeah.
Lily does.
Yeah, Lily does. Yeah.
Yeah.
She was with her mother, and her mother had a friend with her, and she went limp, and her friend was a nurse, and her friend did CPR.
That
If
gave me chills at the top
I
of
know
my head.
it was like all of that was meant to be.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, right place, right time, right person.
Right time.
And
Right.
you know,
And
that
the
little girl's got a strong will to live. She's going to be a force to be reckoned with. I really believe. So
I know it
which is
was divine
a good
timing,
thing,
Lorraine.
you know, she won't let people just run all over her. She's like, hey.
That's right. That's right. All right. So Lottie would like a reading. And I'm just going to say it's probably a general reading, I imagine.
Okay, that
So
would be
we'll go
great.
with that.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm just shuffling and pulling a few.
Shuffle off the
One hit the
buffalo.
floor, so give me just a second.
Sure. Take your time.
That one went flying.
That's a jumper. Those
first,
jumpers are
would you
something
like
else.
to?
Uh-huh.
All right. Well, first of all, I have the 3 of Spring that came out. It is the sea turtle. Stop to take time to review and make long-term plans, capitalizing upon your past successes. It's appropriate to pat yourself rather on the back for all your accomplishments, but you may also need patience for the next phase to play out. So anytime the turtle comes out, that is my slow and steady wins the race, you know, reminding me to slow down a little bit, take my time, you know, especially when we are building our empires. You know, we want that strong, steady foundation, because you also have the 10 of Autumn coming in here as well. So golden retriever dog, look at that happily ever after.
Oh, that's adorable.
Contentment comes from knowing that your finances are secure and your family's material needs are taken care of. Hey, that right there in itself is beautiful. It's important to honor traditions and have pride in your heritage and the accomplishments of your ancestors. Man, our ancestors are just coming in strong today, you know. So
they are.
People could use that connection a little bit more, I think, you know, tapping into it, you know, remembering where we come from, who we are, you know, and how far we've come, you know, in just a few generations. So that's
right. That's beautiful. I want to tell you, you have somebody that's watching from your channel. I'm trying to find them again. It was
I didn't see it, but
it's this and it's this tarot, this and that.
Hi, you know who Kit. Hi, Mama Kay. She is also a tarot reader. That's how we've connected. Was through YouTube. So
sure. Well, she's streaming for the first time, and so welcome
did you
everybody.
Want some cards, Kay? Or did you just say hi?
At this point, you just said, I wanted you to know she was here, but if she
you.
does, we'll put her in the queue. Yeah, we got a lot of folks. So what I have for you, Lottie, you're done with Lottie, right?
Yes, I'm done with Lottie.
Okay. I got the magic of nothingness, and I love this. And it's reminding us sometimes we just need to be. Just enjoy being and not feel bad about sitting around and doing that. And it says, stop pushing and striving. Ooh, it's like a second one is telling you that. And it says, and also clear your limiting beliefs, because you can do anything you want. Look at the way that bird is. So I think that it is admonishing you to take your time, to step away if you need to take care of yourself, and know that everything is in divine timing will come for you, Lottie. So that's wonderful.
Thank you, Lottie. Smell the roses.
That's right. That is right. All right. So, okay, tarot, this and that. I'll put you in here. We do have a lot of people in front of you. I just trying to let everybody know we have about 15 people. So,
oh, wow. Okay.
How can I access my self-belief? How can you access your self-belief?
Well, connecting with your like solar plexus, you know, your chakras, you know, meditating, the thoughts you think, the feelings you feel, you know, being more aware of that.
Affirmations. Yeah.
Yeah,
Affirmations.
positive reinforcement,
Yes.
and building yourself up instead of tearing yourself down.
Yeah. Yeah. It really helps a lot of people when they're starting to get used to saying my affirmations. Get some little stickies, post-it notes, put it on your mirror, put it on the door, put it somewhere where you see it, and say fabulous things like I am a strong, empowered woman. I walk in strength and beauty. I am enough.
I am
Those,
worthy just
I
as
am.
I am.
Yep, absolutely. That's probably the best way to do that. What a lovely day. I'll pull one card out here for you.
All right.
See what it's
I'll get
saying.
one too as well
All right.
for
It
her.
says here, let your ship set sail. Oh my
Ooh.
goodness. I love that. In other words, you're standing or you're harboring yourself too close to the shore and you need to break out and move into some water, if you know what I mean, your emotions or whatever it is, because we can't see everything from the shore that we live. We have to break out and go out and try. And they want you to know you can do anything you decide you want to do, and you do not have to do anything that anybody else wants you to do. You are a sovereign being.
Ooh, yes, sovereign. I love that.
Yeah.
Actually, three cards came out, so I'll try to get through them. So, number 8, Justice, the elephant. They say elephants never forget. That sort of thing. Libra energy coming through here, and there's a bird in that one scale. Birds are messengers, so you could be waiting for some kind of message to come in, but their decisions will be made after all the evidence is reviewed impartially. Have compassion for others and try to see all sides of a disagreement. You have the 2 of Winter, the dachshund dog. I love weenie dogs. Procrastination and worrying what others will think is blocking you from making a decision. If you're torn between your own desires and someone else's, follow your inner guidance. Do what you want to do, not what you think people expect of you. We also have the 2 of Autumn. So you had 2 twos. If you're into angel numbers, you may want to look up the angel number 22 and see where spirit leads you. But this is the Obsidian cat. You may be under stress because of multiple jobs or too many responsibilities for one person to manage. It's important to balance your work and personal life. You have the scales with Justice too. Everything in our lives requires balance, and that can be really hard. And bring a spirit of fun to all you do. So you need to have some more fun. You need to shake off the doomy gloomies or whatever people's expectations. It's time to live your life for you. It's time to choose you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I love that. Just a shout out also, I see in the chat you're talking about Nancy Jean's Garden, who has a channel here. She did go into the hospital. We don't know why, but anyway, just send out love and healing.
Extra love, light, positive energy.
Nancy Jean, that's right. And thank you, Tina, for whoever else told us, Lauren and others. Appreciate it. All right, so Edward is up next, but he has decided to give his reading to this and that. So that's what we're going to do. That was nice of Edward.
That's so nice.
Yeah. All right.
Good things will come to you because,
He's a very generous person. Yes, he's very kind. That's great. All right, this and that. Let's see what we can come up with for you.
Right. So let's see.
Next will be Jennifer, GR, and artist Liz. Just let us know you're here. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so we have the 10 of Spring, the St. Bernard dog here. It says you're working far too hard and the stress will soon become too much. Reach out for help from others and take some time to play and enjoy life. That it's like that 10 of Wands, 10 of Wands, 10 of Swords, being overwhelmed, over encumbered, putting too much on yourself and, carrying the burdens for other people that aren't yours to carry. You got to drop them off at the baggage claim, let them, which is hard because sometimes, we really love people and we think, oh, we can do it all. We can handle it all, but it's okay. Woo-saw right on out the door with all of that mess, because you also have the 9 of winter, the sea lion coming in. Your worries and fears aren't real. They're fueled by focusing on the negative, which gives power to that which you're afraid of. Stop worrying. I know that can be easier said than done sometimes. Let go of fear and everything will be okay. All is well, all will always be well, and all has always been well. That's kind of my mantra. And things won't always be this way is another, to help keep me going,
Right. Right. Yeah.
But I love you, Mama Kay. Thank you so much for showing up for me.
Yeah. And thank you as well. What I get for you, I'm using the beautiful What We Have Forgotten deck by Amy Miranda. It's an awesome deck, and it's very esoteric like. It's very metaphysical. So the first thing I get is offerings. And what they're doing here, I'm going to remove that so she can see that better, hopefully. All right. So we got offerings. Where is the camera? All right. Sorry about that. Everybody's blind now. Going into the woods here, it's you're forging your own path, and your offerings that you're giving to others are being recognized. They recognize that you have walked this path for a long time, and the fact that you stopped to give the offerings along the way is something that they're thanking you for. The next one I get is water, which we know is emotions. But it says here, the light on the emotions and the ability to understand what's going on. You'll notice these cards have strands that look like DNA. And I love it because it's almost as though they're saying, of course, water's in our DNA. It makes up 98% of us. But we also have the beautiful flame when we work with others. And so there's that. And finally, they're saying, enjoy all the portals that open up for you. If that means new things, that's fine. If it's things that are updated, that's fine. They said, don't be afraid to walk through the portal if it's something that you feel you want to learn about or you want to do. Yeah.
And I want to say that Mama Kay is a Cancer, so that water coming up, kind of fits too. If I remember right, if not, she can correct me.
Yeah, very good. Oh, this is just a comment, Gigi. She subscribed. Your energy is uplifting. She is buzzing.
Oh, wow. Thank you so much. I love that.
I know.
That makes me buzz too.
Yeah, she's from Australia. So you've got a friend now in Australia. How about that?
Wow, down under.
All right, Jennifer GR, a message from Spirit. We can do that. Thank you for asking. Artist Liz is next, then Denise Fletcher, J Cat Lady, and Annie Hamlet. I'll tell you closer when I get to who. And I do have Ramla Noor, if you're still here, but you're way at the end, unfortunately, because we have so many. I had to close down the readings.
Oh, my goodness, yeah.
I mean, we'll do the ones we can, or the ones that are there, but yeah. You are a Cancer. Well, that's awesome.
That's what I thought, but sometimes the old brain here is like. All right, so we are on Jennifer. Is that what? Yeah, Jennifer.
That's right.
I gotta say, Jennifer, I'm loving this because you got the sun, the happiest card in the deck, the blue bird, and the sun is shining on you. No matter if the clouds, are there or not, the sun is working overtime to get to you. So your plans will work out well, bringing you happiness, prosperity, and success. You'll garner the recognition for your accomplishments you so richly deserve. So I love that so much. You also have the 9 of spring, the gazelle. Gazelles are fast, you've worked hard, and what you've created is impressive and worthy of protecting. Annoying challenges may pop up, but don't worry because you got that that sun shining on you, you'll get through them just as you have in the past, like the unsinkable Molly Brown. Like you just keep, that's the energy I'm feeling there. And you also have the 6 of spring, the rescue dog mixed breed. So it says you may receive a promotion, be chosen for a scholarship, or find that you're singled out for special recognition. Not the first time that's come up. So you've done an amazing job and you deserve all the attention. You bring a lot to the table. Don't let anyone sell you short, not even yourself.
Great. Awesome. So what do I get? I get osmosis first. And I love this. It looks like Gigi's background with the books. But look at it's like she's holding the light. She says you can get a lot of information from books as well as your own practice and bringing those together. Your gifts will be illuminated for you. And so the second one I get is really cool. It's the Buddha saying that you're working towards mastery and you just need to keep going. Don't feel discouraged at all. Look at the heart area of the Buddha is all lit up in pink. And at the very top, we have the infinity sign. There's nothing better than that.
Right.
It says, this is the elixir to heal. And you don't have to take a personal elixir. You don't have to have medicine or anything. But healing is important for all of us. And it's saying, don't forget to take the time to heal yourself. It's very important. So.
Sometimes resting is the hardest thing for people to do when you have that, I got to get up, I got to get going, and you feel guilty, but take the time to rest because there's healing when you let yourself rest and recharge your batteries.
Absolutely. Yeah. You have a new beginning and a new home by August. Oh, I love that. That's one. Thanks for sharing that. We love to hear that. Thank you very much. Yeah. All right. Hey, Kim. All right. So we have artist Liz.
Any kind of
a reading. All right.
Well, let's see what comes out. All right. So for me, you have the 7 of autumn, the cow coming through. I love cows. The planning, resources, and effort you've invested in your dream will reap great rewards. In the meantime, have patience. Ooh, that's an ugly word sometimes, meditate on your next steps. We're like patience because, you got the 5 of spring, the ram coming through. With ram, I feel Aries energy. So fire signs or take action. They're like patience. Occasionally, you may experience clashes with others. If you decide the matter is worth your energy, then do what you can to minimize the conflict without sacrificing your goals or beliefs. So, you may feel like you're wrestling, against someone. Maybe they've turned things into a competition and you're just like, but why? I'm not competing with you, petty squabbles, but learning to pick your battles and not letting it drain you or zap your energy. You don't have to engage. You can choose to walk away. Don't lower your standards just because someone else is being a jerk, basically. They're low vibing and don't let them lower your vibration.
Perfect. And so along with that, I get, do you have I'm getting feedback.
Oh, is it on me?
Well, it's me when I talk, I can hear it like coming back. Do you have a phone on?
I thought I turned my phone off, but hang on just a second. Let me make sure. I thought I exited out of it on my phone.
It's all right, Gigi. If you want to, you can mute yourself at the very bottom of the screen when I'm talking, and then you can turn it back on. Okay. See it at the bottom? It says mute. All right. Thank you, dear. I got you grounding from the root. And boy, oh boy, I love that. It's like, make sure that you not only ground just into the ground, but over and above into the roots. so that you're feeling very strong and you can have the strength to move on. It says take care of your mind and body and soul, wash away anything that is troubling you, and move into the good. Finally, Liz, it says to feel into emotions. You got some really interesting cards here because all of them are really asking you to sort of physically and mentally ground and work within the parameters you can in order to do the work for your body and your mind and spirit. So, yeah, thanks a lot, dear. Thank you. All right. All right. Yeah, a lot of people aren't getting notifications, and I don't know what's going on. They do this every now and again on YouTube, so sorry about that. All right. Denise Fletcher would just like a quick read. All right. Here. Okay, bye. You know I'm a wise ass.
Sometimes you just got to be one, you know. Oh, okay. You got some interesting cards here. So, King of Spring, fix your crown. Look at that lion there. I'm a Leo sun, so I absolutely love lions. So, inspiring, dramatic, ambitious, and wise. The Katanga lion. Hopefully, I'm saying that right. Now's your moment to step up to a leadership role. Don't back away from the spotlight, as your plans will be successful so long as you stay focused upon the big picture. Do not lose sight of that big picture. It is important. And you also have the Ace of Autumn, the Calico Cat. I love aces. Aces are all about new beginnings, new opportunities being made available to us. So you can expect a windfall of abundance, such as money, timely assistance, a serendipitous meeting, or rewarding advice. You may be offered a fabulous new job or promotion, or the prospect of a profitable business venture or investment. Invest in yourself, you know, is something Spirit is saying here. You know, if you're like, oh, I've been thinking about doing this or that or buying this or that, make that purchase. Invest in yourself. You know, it'll be worth it in the long run. You do also have the Three of Winter, the let me look at that again, rose-breasted grosbeak. So I'm not quite sure what that is. It's a bird, but sadness is a part of life, but you don't have to endure it alone. You may need a little time to heal, but once you work your way through the emotions, you'll be stronger than before. And I feel like once you work through these emotions, this stuff really, you know, believe you can have it. You know, you have to believe in yourself. You have to believe in your dream. You have to bet on yourself 100%, be your biggest cheerleader. And, you know, there are some sadnesses that we will grieve in some aspect for the rest of our lives, but not the soul crushing, you know, when it's fresh, when it's new. And then sometimes we experience guilt when we do, you know, move on and live life, you know, that nagging, oh, I should still be, you know, we think that we should suffer longer, you know, and everybody's timeline with grief and how they deal with it is different. So don't let anyone else tell you, oh, you should be over that already. Well, it's nice if you are, but I'm not. So I'll get there when I get there, you know, that sort of thing. So don't let anybody tear you down. Keep building yourself back up. You deserve to have a beautiful life, no matter what is in your past. We all have a past. I'm sure we all have things we're not proud of, but it doesn't mean that we don't deserve to have a wonderful life.
Yeah. Beautiful, beautiful. All right. So Denise, I got, you're sitting in grace. Denise has a spirit guide that she used to know on this planet named Gaelic, and he was a Lama, Buddhist Lama. So he works with her, and her daughter on the other side is there. Just giving you a little background, Gigi. So Denise is building her channel. You're doing it with grace. You're doing it with lotus energy, and you are doing really well. And with what you're doing, it says here, don't be afraid to speak. The beautiful white wolf is saying, And you're stepping up and speaking your truth. And there you go. And finally, I get threshold. You're on the threshold of things moving on for you, moving into new areas. And so I think it kind of complements what Gigi had to say in that reading. So, no, you've been channeling, Denise? That's great.
Yeah. Anytime like you had a swan, I think it was in the one, and a white wolf. So, the color white is purity, angelic, I think, when white comes through. So, your daughter is always watching over you. She is always there. And I got chills coming up on my left side. So you may feel her on your left side. Usually female energy comes through on my left, male on my right. I'm not sure exactly why, but that's the way they choose to come through. So if you think you see her out of the corner of your eye, you probably do. If you think you feel her, 100%. Ooh, I got chills.
All right. So J Cat Lady would love a reading. All right, J Cat Lady.
Cats come out for you.
So Annie Hamlet's next, then Miss Sherlock, then Sue Toffee, then Donna Marie, Jackie Coons, Hypnicity, Ramla, and Kim. So it's quite a number here. You're going to try to read them all, but I can't take any new ones. I'm sorry. Because I got to do some grading today.
Oh, boy, that sounds like fun.
Yeah, thanks, Jake.
All work and no play, huh? Okay, so the 6 of spring kept coming out for you, and I know we already had it, and I kept putting it back in, but it kept coming out. So, okay, Spirit. You may receive a promotion, which that would be very awesome. Be chosen for a scholarship, or find that you're singled out for special recognition. You've done an amazing job, and you deserve all the attention. I know you may be like, ooh, attention. I kind of feel like a little bit of a shy energy. You're like, attention, but it's okay. You've been working hard. You've been stepping up. You've been doing what you've been called to do, and you deserve that recognition. So scoop it up. We also have the 2 of spring. I think it said there, the pelican coming in. So your vision, creativity, and dedication to your cause have brought you great success, or it's coming. It's on the horizon. Now is not the time to give up. In fact, it may be in your best interest to get a partner to assist in your endeavors, or expand the number of people you have helping you. 2s are duality. 2s are balance. So, balance, harmony. I feel like, the more people you have in your corner cheering you on, the more you're like, okay, that recognition. Yeah. You know what? I do deserve all of that. I did work hard for that. So, and 6 is returning to a state of harmony and balance. So the 2 and the 6 are both working together for balance and harmony for you. So, hey, with both arms, scoop all that harmony in that you can.
Yeah, that's right. All right. So I have for you, J Cat Lady, you're navigating through things right now that are, and look at the lighthouse. You have the way to get there, and you're working through it. And so follow the light. That's what it's saying. The other thing is, I don't know if you've ever thought about this before, but shamanic journeys. There are some people who do shamanic journey work, and there's that Native American coming back again. So whether or not we are part Native American or not, the way they look at life and the way they do what they do is just absolutely fascinating. And so it makes you feel validated as what it does. Yeah. And I have finally deliverance. You're finally out of the cage. You're flying free. You're working on what it is you want. Go for it. Whatever it is, it's there for you. That's fabulous. Yeah.
And share your light. That just came to me. Share your light. Like the world needs us to share our light, to share our healing energy. I feel like now more than ever, it's vital and necessary for us to send out as much goodness as we can.
That's right. Just looking here to see if Miss Sherlock is still here. I didn't see, I don't see her. And so let me know. And Annie Hamlet, I'm not seeing you here. Unless you may have already said you were, I'm sorry. You're welcome, J-Cat lady. How about Miss Sherlock? Are you here? And Donna Marie, I know you're here. So I'm going to go with you first. Please let us know if you're here so I can definitely, we can read for you. We want your energy at least here. So a reading from Spirit. Should I follow my Reiki energy clearing more so that tarot readings are a combination of both? Oh, Donna, you have wonderful, wonderful readings and wonderful Reiki shares.
I think it's both, honestly. You know, and Reiki energy, Reiki healing, you know, getting yourself balanced, getting yourself centered. The more each of us work on that, we send that energy out, you know, into the environment, you know, all of that positive. And then it goes out, it collects steam, and it comes back to us tenfold. So, you know, I feel like, you know, because when I don't feel grounded and I don't feel centered, I don't even want to touch cards or anything, you know, because if I'm vibing low, you know, I don't want to put that energy into my spirit board or any of my cards, you know. So sometimes it's important to just take the time to connect with ourselves and, you know, connect with the universe. And, you know, if you do Reiki, like sometimes I do like guided meditations and stuff, and you can pick up on the person's energy in the video, you know, especially if
well, she's a Reiki master, so she provides that.
Of course. So definitely, you know.
So I think she needs to use it with her cards. I think she needs to.
I feel like it goes hand in hand for you. You know, you're called to be a healer, you know, and Reiki is a great healing.
It is. It's fabulous, really. Yeah. I have here, let this be your sign, Donna Marie. Let this be your sign. You're on the right path. See? And then it says to let go of control. Whatever is seeking you is going to tell you which way to go. And you know, so the Reiki energy, if people need the clearings or they need the tarot, you can do that. Just like Pam does what she does in her way. But it also wants you to gift yourself. I love this. Gift yourself because you are full, just a chest full of beautiful rocks and minerals that are there for you. So that's good.
I pulled a couple of Infinite Wisdom of the Chakras cards. You have Reflection, Hero Pose coming in here, which says, embark on the journey to invite acceleration of your soul's path here on earth. So that grounding, that stability, you know, energy that you bring into everything you do. And you also have a number 17, fertility with Aphrodite. So, you know, your divine feminine energy, become attuned to the fertile ground within you. You know, you have so much fertile, life-giving energy within yourself. You know, fertility is more than just being able to get pregnant, you know. You have fertile soil. You're planting your seeds in that fertile ground.
Yep. Just let it go, girl. You're doing fine.
Sometimes you just need that.
We do.
To know that we
just need that little bit of encouragement. You're right. Sue, we're going to read you next. I'm not seeing Annie Hamlet or Miss Sherlock. Okay. I see Jackie Coons. Are you here? Hypnicity, I know you're here. And Kim, I think you're here too. So we're just going to, all right. Donna thinks you're very gifted, Gigi.
Oh, well, thank you so much, Donna. I really love and appreciate that.
Yeah, I know that there will probably be some people that will probably contact you and say you want to do a show. There's a lot of us. Yeah.
I would love that.
Yeah.
My granddad always called me the boss and the TV star. So, I mean, all
Cute.
right. So this is for Sue Toppy there.
Yeah. Sue
All right.
Toppy.
So we have the 6 of Winter, the rescue cat mixed breed, and I love the look on that cat's face. Oh my God. It's like, I'm going places. I'm going to catch some big tuna here, right?
She has a lot of cats. She has a lot of cats. She does.
Oh, well, hey, your
Yeah.
cats were like, we're going on this adventure with you. The challenging times are coming to an end, and you can now breathe a sigh of relief. Let the past go and embrace the happier times ahead. You know, that cat's like, let's do this, let's go.
Really? Yeah. Yeah.
And you also have the Prince of Winter, the thoroughbred horse. So that horse is definitely going fast there. So it says decisive, focused, driven, and impulsive. So, you know, sometimes we decide to go on an adventure and it's an impulsive, but it's a good decision. It's a good fit. Get ready for progress to speed up. Buckle up, Buttercup, because once it's in motion, boy, this situation requires you to choose logic and intellect over emotion and make your decisions quickly. So I would say that's like the what is it, Prince or not Prince, but Knight of Swords there, you know, that air energy, the power of your mind. Once you make your mind up, you're full steam ahead. There's no stopping you. So you have
good.
such amazing, strong energy too, is what I'm picking up on. You don't let anything or anyone get in your way, stop you, slow you down. So,
That's
yeah.
awesome. All right. So, Sue, I get the tiger looking up. I'm sorry, the lion looking up and saying, feel, don't think. And sometimes that's what we have to do. That's how we trust our intuition. We don't do it intellectually. We do it intuitively. And so whatever you're feeling intuitively, follow that. You got the ground from the root as well. So make sure you're grounding yourself. And that's important for you. But this one I love, Sue. Trust the call. And this one here is also one that probably Donna Marie needed. You know, that kind of came up in that reading for her too, not the same card. But when the time comes and you can feel it, if you don't think it, you feel it, trust the call. Trust it. It's there. It's talking to you. Yep.
And I feel like those messages and downloads are coming in quick. And the more you work with that connection, you know, when you take the time to meditate and get in tune with your star player, you know, those downloads, those messages are coming in fast and crystal clear. Like, you know that you know that you know is.
Okay. Play, I'm going to say, go ahead and put in your question. We'll try to get to it because some people left. So Jackie Coons is next, then Hypnicity, then Kim. And if you put it in play, we can answer it. Okay. We're almost at the top of the hour, but we could probably stay for another 15 minutes or so. All right. So Jackie, will my friend Sherry come to light about rump? Oh, yeah. I know why you didn't put the T there. Okay. Let's see.
Sometimes people know, but they want to put their head in the sand, you know, and you know, believe what they want to believe, you know, because the lie is shiny, and you know, false. A false prophet for some reason is coming through here. You know, some people fall for the false propaganda, you know, and she feels like she is in her light, you know, that is her truth. So no sense in beating a dead horse, you know, if it's because all it'll do is cause division between you two, you know. And I mean, I'm not saying you should skirt the important issues or anything like that, but if you know it's going to cause, you know, a conflict and you don't want one, you know, but I don't feel like it's you that would be starting it. That's also coming through, you know, because sometimes these people that really are refusing to see things for what they are, they speak the loudest and the harshest sometimes, So, I mean, it's like a slippery slope right there. You can be spiritual and still be led
astray.
Led astray, and like Jesus said, he will go after the one sheep, to try to bring it back, but it's her choice. And that's what it comes down to is her choice, whether she wants to keep her head in the sand and not see things for what they really are. And sometimes we think it's our guides and angels talking to us when you listen to the wrong voice. I mean,
true. That's true. So what I have here is this isn't a card that usually I would say it this way. If I get the 4-leaf clover, it's like luck is on your side. But I'm thinking that this clover is saying good luck. In other words, probably not right away. But here's why. She believes that it's tied into how much money that she perceives that she'll get in this administration. And because she's been sold a bill of goods. And so she's expecting that. I got 3 people. I feel like she's also in a group of 3 people that are so ingrained in it that she can't, even if she wanted to, she couldn't get away because those people would then not like her, if you know what I mean. So she's kind of like stuck. But what I get here too is she's being, look at you, you mentioned the horse. Oh, when you said the horse, I said, oh my God, my horse had already been pulled. I get resistance. She's going to be resistant until she wakes up and sees, until it affects her or someone that she loves. That's when a lot of people come to their senses and say, well, I didn't think it was going to be me. I thought it was going to be just these people. So
it's going to be something extreme to make her,
Yeah. Bye, Edward. Thank you, Edward, for coming. She is very quiet. I'm the one that's loud, and I've been careful. Okay. So
you don't want to hurt her feelings, and I get that, so I mean, but you still feel like you should stand up for what you believe in, and there's nothing wrong with that, so
yeah. It's hard. I know she lives in Florida. It's hard. There's pockets that are very hard to. So anyway, Jackie, much love sent to you, but it's not you that can affect her. She has to come to her own senses. And anyway, all right. Hypnicity. Her husband's now having his angiogram, so we're going to read for her and also her birthday this month.
Ooh, so, happy birthday!
On the 25th, she's going to be. I don't know if I should tell you how old she is to everybody here. I'm just going to say she's going to be 29 again.
She's 16. That's what.
29 again. Yeah.
29. Right, let's see.
Yes, Hinda, that has been historically true as well, that most people only care about damage when they're affected and one of their friends or loved ones. Even then, they refuse to see the cause. You're right. You're absolutely right. Yeah.
Her being quiet also stood out to me because, usually when people think they're right, they're loud about it, So maybe she's starting to, maybe that's why, maybe things are starting, to hit her a little bit. Like the math ain't mathing, things ain't adding up. But I mean.
So the Canadian Prime Minister shut down a press conference because the man we're talking about prior started talking about how Putin was mistreated by the G7. I knew he was going to go up there and make a stink. He's up in Canada doing that. Yeah. It's just what we've come to expect, isn't it?
Right. Expecting unexpected because you never know what.
Yep. You're right.
Hypnicity. You have the Princess of Autumn, the tabby cat, coming out. cheerful, reliable, intelligent, and mischievous. Ooh, okay. A wonderful opportunity related to your work or education, such as a promotion or scholarship, is coming your way. Seize this chance to learn something exciting or start a more rewarding and uplifting career. So, you know, you're infectious, you know, your cheerful attitude, your outlook on life, you know, you're intelligent, and you know that intelligence, you're like, I got something up my sleeve. You know, it's something coming through. You also have the Hermit, this number 9 coming in. So, you know, the Hermit in traditional tarot, he's up on the mountain, right? He's gone within to reflect, and he holds the Star card in his
Ooh,
lantern, which
yeah.
is all about hope and faith. And so, you know, he needs to release that hope and faith out into the world. He, you know, just keeping it to himself, you know, the world needs that hope. The world needs that light. And take time for contemplation. It is the Firefly. There's also Butterfly. Butterflies are transformation. You know, take the time to retreat and go within. Be a beacon for others on their path to spiritual enlightenment. And you also have the 7 of Summer, the Maine Coon Kitten. So also with the Hermit, you may need to take time to rest and recharge your batteries. You know, I feel like, you know, worry is in there. You know, if, did you say her husband is having...
Her husband's getting an angiogram right now, yeah.
Rest and relax, and keep pouring back into your own cup, because you definitely need it. Sending a little extra love, light, and positive energy your way. So it's time to stop procrastinating and make a decision so that you can move forward with a priority. If you need to do more research, then do so, but don't overthink the situation. Listen to your heart. So, you know, you have a lot of positive energy within yourself. I feel like you're very nurturing, very caring, very giving, and you know, you need to pour some of that back towards your own self as well here. So yeah,
her stepson just had a heart attack last week, or
oh my
last
Lord.
month, and she has people coming in and living with her, and
yeah, so it's life be life and a little too hard sometimes, you know, and it comes at us with some difficult, but you have such a bright light.
Yeah,
and,
you do. You really do. I met her in person, so I know she does.
Oh
yeah.
wow, yeah, like her aura.
You're more powerful than you know, Nilani. More powerful than you know. Make sure that you remember that. But you may be holding too much in the throat chakra. It could be that you're not saying what you'd like to say. You don't want to hurt anybody's feelings, but also there's stuff in there. This is hard. You're going through a lot of stuff all at once, and that has to be hurting your chakras, because you know, you and Keith were living by yourself, and you were having a different life and so forth. And then boom, 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 you had a lot of changes. So make sure you release it before it becomes something that just blurts out, which can happen. And they want you to know that you are sitting in this precious present moment. And I love this because when my husband's brother died last month, he sat in that precious present moment and realized, oh, that could have been me. And sometimes it takes procedures or problems or whatever to come, and we say to ourselves, you know what, I'm going to live, this is now, I'm going to do what I want to do. And so speak up if that becomes the case. I know you're not afraid of speaking up. That's not the problem. Oh, I'm glad he's in full recovery, honey. That's wonderful.
Maybe you just need to scream and, you know, go somewhere private and scream and release all of that pressure off of your throat chakra as well. So,
wow, there you go. All right. So this is Kim, who is Red Dragon. And this is our last reading for the day. Thank you everybody who's hung in there for us for this hour and 9 minutes so far. I know there's other shows out there that are going on, so thank you. And anybody that has a channel that's here and wants to work with Gigi, let me know if you can't find her email or whatever, and I'll send it to you. But you do have her channel information, and I'm assuming on your channel you probably have an email. Gigi?
I think I do have my email listed on there, but you can give it to anyone who would
Yeah.
to. You have my permission for that. So, I love connecting with people. You know, it's a lot of joy and things. So, you said her name is actually Kim, right?
Yeah.
So 4 of spring, look at the cute little otters there. Oh my goodness. Uh, it's time to kick back, relax, and celebrate all that you have. Joy arises from success in your career, the completion of a project, or a very happy home life, balance, harmony being restored, stability, order, and the benefits of having that strong, steady, solid foundation underneath yourself. You also have the Ace of Summer. And like I've already said, I love aces. They're all about new beginnings, new opportunities. And you have the Dove here. And like I have said, birds are messengers, but doves are also a symbol of hope, peace, love, even. They mate for life. So this is the beginning of a new emotional experience for you. Your cup is overflowing. It may be the first blush of romantic love, the rebirth of a current relationship. No relationship is ever really as dead as we think it is. If we're willing to pour some love into it, we can see that connection bloom again, grow again, or the awakening of spiritual gifts and insights. So, awakening to, going to a deeper level. And I feel like it's emotional. Like I said, your cup is running over, and being more in tune with your emotions, realizing that you're in control of them instead of letting them, control you. Sometimes we have to rein those in, because sometimes I'm like, I will run away from myself if I could when I get too emotional.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. All right, Kim. So I love this. They say that I got to take that down. I just can't see the cards. All right. They love that you have planted the seed into whatever comes. And I love this because the roots and the tree is growing sort of as a, if you look, it's like an infinity sign and in the middle, and it's got beautiful leaves on it, and it's there for you. It said you've planted the seed and now it's time for you to grow and grow in different ways. And you do, you have really grown. Something happened, and I don't know, something must have happened. This is somebody that feels broken, and it says a disruptor. So perhaps there was a disruptor in your life, and it's like you were hurt by it, and it maybe shattered some of your feeling about yourself, but you have grown from that experience. That was the seed of which you grew. And finally, this is beautiful. You get the leadership card, Kim. You are a natural leader, and you're blossoming. And I just love this. It's saying, it's affirming that everything that you're doing is correct, and that you should keep on keeping on, girl. That's awesome.
With you,
Well,
I feel like something didn't work out the way you thought or the way you planned. And, sometimes that happens. That's actually spirit's protection. And, that branch that you were thinking that was going to grow and it didn't, well, it veered off into another avenue for you, and a new experience, a golden opportunity even, is what spirit is giving me. Something big is on the horizon for you, because you didn't let that stop you. You kept going anyway.
yeah, very good. Well, thank you to everybody. Much love to all of you. And Thank you so much again, Gigi. I always have a great time. They just loved your energy. So that's really wonderful. Yeah. Yeah.
Thank
So
you
make
so
sure
much.
you like what you tried. You're welcome. So hang in there. Don't leave yet. I'm just going to end
Okay.
the stream. All right. Bye, everybody.